last one, I'm gonna do a rust pour using Fleur's Oxidising pouring medium. Right, just tried it with the copper. Hasn't worked yet, but these things are pretty slow, these reactions. So this is their pouring medium for reactive, so either with the copper patina or the rust effect. You mix it one to one. And they also suggest that you use a paint as well, just so that you've got something matte paint-wise as a kind of a contrast, I suppose. So I've started mixing these ready. So the rust base paint is actually like a dark grey because it's actually iron filings. So it's a real chemical reaction that you're getting between the iron, the metal in the paint, which is like a grey colour, and you get a real reaction between that and the activator is what I call it. They call it oxidizer, I think. I call it a reactor. It's actually quite blue. So it's like a chemical reaction between the iron filings and the activator that creates a rust. So I have no idea how this is going to go. I've got the copper one drying next to me. Got a heater on it to see what's going to happen. Who knows? Anyway. Right, so I'm using Miss Petronilla because I just wanted to try and keep the colours consistent across all the different experiments that I've done today, so that, you know, we can kind of see how they work. Right, I'm going to do this the same as I did with the copper. I'm going to go in circles. Okay, so this is Miss Petronilla. Love this colour. People have been painting pieces of furniture in it, and they've sold just like straight away. I mean, who would buy a sideboard in this colour? I mean, love it, don't get me wrong, but you know, wow. Some brave people out there. Okay, right, so this is the rust, the base for the rust, the iron stuff, and does seem to be having trouble mixing, but that's okay, it's just got there. Right, so I'm going to pour this on as well. Doesn't really matter how it goes, does it? Let's try and get a bit more of that out, actually. Try and get a big bit in the middle here, and splodges over here. I don't know if you've ever played about with this copper or rust patina. They're really fun, actually. The copper can be really, really pretty. Get some really interesting effects depending on how you use the activator, whether you spray, sponge, brush, whatever. And the rust one has some really interesting. I've got a piece over there. I'll bring it over in a second and show you what that comes out like. And it actually gets kind of a bit of texture to it. Like, really, it is like metal. And I always spray my activators on because I like to see. I don't know. I want it to look weathered, more of a natural effect. So this is like, this is really odd. This is jelly-ish. So I wasn't sure whether I was meant to mix the rust and the activator together first, then put the pouring medium in it. But anyway, this is the way I've done it. Whether it's going to work, I have no idea. And again, I'm having trouble getting this mixing. And it's sort of like a jelly and a very liquidy effect going on here. And if I tip it, I think I'm going to lose most of it. So I'm just going to disturb it. I'll tip it in a sec. Let's see what happens. Let's just get a bit of this out into the corners. And I find that the rust definitely takes longer to react than the copper. I've often given up, gone home, come back the next day and been really pleasantly surprised by what I find. So I'm going to try and tip this. I don't think much is going to happen. Woo. Because I probably didn't mix enough there maybe. The base coat, the metal rust stuff is quite thick. And the paint is quite thin. But anyway, I'm getting some pretty patterns going on here. I'll hold it up in a minute, or I'll push the camera down and you can have a look. It looks quite nice actually. I think this is going to be one of those ones that we're going to have to leave until tomorrow. Come back and see what's happened. And I'll post some pictures. Got some nice effects going on there though. Right, hang on. I don't know if you can, no, you can't really see it. And I can't really pick it up because it's just going to literally fall off. There you go. So I lift it up. You can see some nice separation and stuff going on. But we aren't seeing any reaction. What I'm going to do is I've got some of the rust activator in a bottle here. And I'm going to squirt some on. And if I come back and I find it hasn't worked, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to just see what happens with this one. This is a total experiment for me, completely a new thing for me. I'm just going to go around and fill up all these gaps. I'm liking the Miss Petronilla with it though. So this is going to be interesting. So it's quite jelly-like in some areas. Right, okay. So I'm going to do that, leave it a little while. I'm going to spray some more activator on. It's actually separating really nicely. Ooh, oh. I can see, I don't know if you can see on camera, there are some reactions starting to go on there with the rust. There's kind of a rusty colour coming out because it is a genuine reaction. Right, I'm going to squirt some more of this on because I think this might be how it works. Right, just filling the spots in. Okay, so I'm going to squirt some more of this on. Now, I normally don't squirt whole areas. I try and, like, you know, have like a drip effect going on from top to bottom, something like that, but I don't know with this one. But what I can say is there's some really nice little reactions going on there. Okay, right, if I lift it up. Right, hold on. Okay, so if you look at it closely, there's some lovely separation going on, and I don't know if you can see, but there's starting to get a sort of a brown colour going on there, which I think is the rust. But I really do think this is going to have to be a wait and see what happens, and I will come back and let you know. Anyway, it's been a fun day doing all these different projects. I will post some photographs with the videos. Okay, anyway, do you know, it's Saturday afternoon, it's pitch black outside, it's about 5 o'clock, and you know what that means? Time to go home and have a glass of wine because I've earned it today. See ya.